And a very good afternoon to you. It's a Thursday at 2 o'clock. That means it's time for China Watch Radio. I'm Bill Graff, and Michael Olson is with me. So is Jonty. We'll check in with Jonty in just a moment. Michael Olson has the word on some other folks who are in the show with us today.
We have a full studio today, and I'm so excited. We have David Welsh is back with us today because David is bringing a guest to the table today, and we're very excited about introducing Vivian Wang. We're going to have a lot of fun today talking with Vivian about her experiences.
Michael,
what about West?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
I was just going to ask, what about Western culture in particular attracted you?
Well, I think,
Dream.
Well, the reason I become a Christian, okay, I don't want to talk about religion, but I think we should be all loving. Value is in each person. God created us equal. And but in China, I don't feel the land has that purity, organic, because your value is not in because you are human, you are created equal, because you have money. You have power, so you are valuable. When those power and money left you, you are nothing. You are just nothing, a dirt. And that's not supposed to be. And everybody, this is one thing that I really appreciate. Hopefully, it's still in this culture, in American culture, that everybody is born equal. We create our own future. We are not bounded by our past, our family, everybody has an opportunity to create our own life and our own future. If you work hard, the opportunities are equally distributed with a prepared heart. And if you are prepared and you work hard, opportunities is waiting for you. That's what I'm drawn to come here. And all these 30-some years, I came in 1988. And I had a lot of hardships in my life, personal struggles and life. But I'm still so grateful that I'm still here. And I'm still seeing the opportunity is a land of opportunity. And I live in Silicon Valley, and I see people from all over the world come into Silicon Valley. We are open armed to accept each other, to accept the differences, to accept different diversified culture. And we only look at the person as who they are, not their background, not their culture, not their skin, not their language, not their habit, not how they look. We look at their heart. We look at that person if they are a good person or not. That's how my standard is. That's why I feel like I'm really, really comfortable. I'm really comfortable living in this neighborhood, in this culture, in this country. So I had people and friends ask me, go back to China when you get old. This is the way it's supposed to be. When leaves fall, they go back to dirt. When you get old, you go back to your roots. I don't know. My roots are here. My kids are here. Not only that, I just feel like I feel so much more comfortable, like a fish in an ocean. And that's I feel wonderful. Just everybody that I encountered so far from the day I landed on this country, 1988, I have only good things to say about this group of people, these people, and this country. And I don't understand sometimes this is getting sidetracked. A lot of people complaining about how bad America is, and they haven't seen the other side of the country. They haven't lived in other countries. How could they criticize their own family without seeing what's going on in other family? If you have seen enough of life outside of your country, and then you come back and say, how can we improve it? What we can learn from other country and bring to this country, make it better. So that's because I've been exposed, so I know what's good. I mean, I think I had good experience in China. I got all the opportunities. I'm very blessed to have the opportunities. I met good teachers, and my family loved me, and my siblings loved me. And I had good friends still back there, and I love them. and I wish them the best. But I still feel like every individual can choose their own lifestyle and they can live wherever they feel comfortable. And here is where I feel comfortable. So, but that's
it's beautiful as well.
You know what, Vivian, you might be from China, but you're one of the most American of people that I've ever met when it gets right down
Solid.
to it.
I love what she says, though, about because I, too, have been around the world and seen different cultures and lived in, places that weren't exactly democracies and stuff like that. And so I can also relate to the fact that, when you come back to the United States or come to the United States in the first place, you really should consider how fortunate we really are.
I am totally, and I can tell you one story. When I just freshly came, I landed in Boston. I got a full scholarship, so I was lucky.
Harvard?
No, I went to Boston University.
Boston.
But it was full scholarship. So when I was in Boston, freshly landed, the first few months, I was so scared. I have no security because I don't know people around, and I see different faces freaking me out, and I don't know the bus system, the school system, and how people interact.
Can you read English?
I could read English, but not so good, right?
Not so good,
Although
sure.
I was, studied for 4 years, but that's only 4 years in college. So my English have no comparison with my daughter's second grade. So anyway, I felt like, I said, one day I was on the street, I said, what if I have a heart attack? What if I felt sick? What am I going to do? Who is going to help me? I have insecurity. Because when I came from China, when I was in China, I have family there, right? Mm-hmm. So if I get sick, something happened to me, they will take care of me. I knew it. My friends will take care of me. But when I came to America, I have nobody. I was freaking out, so scared. But after less than 1 year, I feel so good. I feel like if I get sick, I just call 911. And then if I get sick, if somebody walk by, I can say, hi, can you help me? And they will. And I have so many people helped me through all these years. I had the car broke down, people come to me, help me to put a tire on. I was carry stuff, people help me to carry it, and I drop stuff, people help me to pick them up. So now I feel like I'm so secure here. And on the other side, when I went back to visit my family, when I'm walking on the street, there are so many people, and I felt like I'm just a sand in the whole beach. What if something happened to me? Who is going to save me? Who is going to come to help me? I have the panic. The heart kind of anxiety comes up to me and said, oh my gosh, this is exactly how I felt when I was first came to America. Now I felt the same feeling insecurity when I came home, China, because I don't know, I don't trust people there nowadays. I trust people here more than I trust people over there because I knew how things works here and I knew how good people are here, and I don't know them anymore.
Does this go back to kind of understanding people's motivation? Like you were describing when you were young and part of the Red Guard, how families would tell on other families and kids would tell on parents and other families. Yeah. Is there still a mistrust there in terms of?
Mistrust has been a huge problem in China because there are so many fake products. Relationships are very fragile because they're based on if you are useful, if you have value. It's not based on genuine, compassion. It's not based on...
Yeah.
And it's all based on how much I can get out of you, how useful you...
It's no way to live.
So
it's transactional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel much more, secure here in this country than over there, unfortunately.
So you found great success being a real estate agent Coldwell banker in Silicon Valley. You need a house out there?
Yeah, Vivian Wang,
Vivian Wang.
408-355-3658. No, just kidding. No, I'm not promoting. I've been doing this for 27 years with Coldwell Banker. So,
But what I want to ask is, I'll bet you really enjoy the business. And I think it's because of the way you view people
Yeah.
that makes the business so easy for you to do. Because, when somebody comes to you, you see the person and probably their need, and they probably sense that, rather than, oh, good, here's a good commission, which is the transactional
So
way.
Vivian's actually handled several transactions in our family. And it's interesting, everything that you're hearing here today on the air is really genuine as how she does business as well. It's very caring, she understands relationship, and makes the whole thing very fluid.
Sure, because you trust. You trust.
Vivian, is that because you made a home for yourself here? Is that you like to help people do the same thing?
well, thank you for your compliments, but I think I'm also learning. So basically, at the beginning, my motivation is I want to have my own business when I first came to Silicon Valley. And I said, at that time, I only have $3,000 in the bank in 1994. So I can't have a business without first pot of gold. So what I can do with the $3,000, so I took real estate license. Although I never owned a home, I never see a contract in my life. So I was renting at that time. And but at the beginning, I want to just have my own business. I don't want to be working for corporate or somebody, my boss. I'm a free spirit, as I told you guys from the beginning. I just want to reach my highest potential. So basically, now I can say you said Vivian is very successful. I don't know how to define success. What my definition is, I'm just trying to reach my full potential in this life. And that's what I would call myself successful if I have reached my full potential. So I learned through all these years, and I had a lot of family tragedies and struggles, and money is just a byproduct. Mm-hmm. For me to learn from people around me, my clients, and really make a difference in their life, help them to reach their life goal and make the transition easier for them. Mm-hmm. I can give you an example. One day I was doing an open house, and an old lady, like in her 70s, 80s, walked in with a really bad leg, and she couldn't bend. So she said, "Can you put the booties on my feet?" I said, "Of course, I'm very happy to put the booties on her." And so she walked the open house. When she was leaving, she looked at me. She said, "Can you come to my house, take a look at my house, because I want to sell my house for last 5 years, but I just couldn't make up my mind." Open house, her name is Joanna. So I went to her house, and she said, "You know what? Look at my husband. Broke his leg, laying on the couch, and she has some other health issues. None of them can do anything because the house is 40 years house with 40 years collection of her stuff." She said, "You know what? I think I'm going to have you sell my house." I said, "Why?" She said, "When you put the booties on me, you're so humble, you're so nice, you're so hopeful." I said, "That's something I do every day. When I see people need help, I help them." Actually helped her to sell the house, and I packed everything for her. I hired movers, I hired cleaners, I hired a carpenter, painter. So I did every single thing for them, and I sold the house, moved everything for them to their new place. I made the whole transaction seamless. Until this day, she still calls me. She said she always felt grateful that she found me. I'm not bragging about myself. I'm just saying that I've done a lot of those things for my clients that are in need of help.
Do you know, when you described that process of pulling on her booties, what came to my mind I don't know why, is Jesus washing the feet of his disciples.
I did too.
I'm not.
The same thing.
Went right to my mind. And
I will do that 365 days if somebody need that.
But Vivian,
Seriously.
think about this for a minute. If the world were full of people who thought like you, we wouldn't have nearly as many problems as we do now. You know, just kind of.
I think, because we should help each other out. We are in different sections of business, and I keep telling myself I'm so blessed that everything that I have. And also back to how I started a business, I want to tell you a really funny story. So when I first joined, the first company is called Cornish and Carey. Then they were bought by Coldwell Banker, right? Back 27 years ago. And the first 1 year, so I don't know how to sell, but I stumbled and I starting to do it. And the first year I sold 12 homes. So when we have the company's conference, and my name pops up on the screen and say, Vivian Wang, Rookie of the Year. I'm like, my broker, I said, what is rookie? What does rookie mean? I said, I don't even know the name rookie.
Oh, that's funny.
And she's like, means you did well, you are number one out of the 1 year new licensee, right? And I said, Meg, I don't think I did that well at all, I didn't know selling 12 homes is like a big deal for new agent. And she just laughed and laughed. And I still keep in touch with my first broker. Her name is Meg Campbell. She's my mentor. She's my guidance. We still keep in very close touch.
Yeah. So there we are out of time. We didn't even get to real estate. And it's
China's, right?
China's real estate.
Yeah.
The whole,
So here's what we're
my
going to
whole
do.
plot fell through.
I think
Vivian, darn it, you're much too interesting.
we'll have to have her come back.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's probably the best
We can
one.
talk about anything. I love to share my life stories. There are much more to share about my past. I can share my life in U.S., which is much more interesting probably because I spent 30-some years in my prime age. My most experience is living in this country. And I can share that with my audience.
So let me ask you one quick answer before we have to end it and go to our commercial break. If you had the chance, would the leaves fall and you would go back to China, or would you stay here? And
not a chance I'm going back to China.
That's what I thought.
Sorry, my fellows. My Chinese fellows. I'm so sorry.
I got that right off the bat. All right, so that's the end of our program. We'll
Nice
be back.
job, David Welch, for recommending Vivian Wang.
All right, we'll come back. And a very good afternoon to you.